Hand tools. Hand tools are exactly what they sound like, tools that require manual labor to use. And power tools have a power source that allows them to operate automatically and without human intervention. Power tools. These tools are that is actuated by an additional power source and mechanism other than the solely manual labor used with hand tools. And lastly, the measuring tools. These tools is including in thermometers, rulers, yardsticks, scales, beakers, protractors, clocks, and measuring tape. Each tool has a specific purpose, and knowing how to use each tool correctly will make sure measuring more accurate. First hand tool is the screwdriver. With so many different types of screw heads available, a screwdriver set comprising of pulley, Phillips, and slotted bladers is minimum. Next is hammer. Hammer allows them to drive nails into wood, while a saw helps cut through wood. On the other hand, power tools help workers complete tasks more quickly. Next is knife. Knives can be used to create precision lines and cut through all types of materials, both indoors and outdoors. If all else fails, you can direct and blade. Next is the pliers. Are useful for a range of different tasks, from delicately pulling out and components to cutting materials. This is the pliers. Next is the wrench. Wrench is used to grip and turn objects. They are helpful in assembling furniture or bike repairs, where it can be used to loosen or tighten nuts and bolts. Now we move to power tools. Circular saw is a portable tool that uses a rotating disc blade. You can buy blades meant to cut different materials, and the blades can be designed for saw. A drill, also known as rotary hammers of hammering drills. This type of drill machine is used for tasks that require speed, efficiency, and power. Angle grinder is a spinning disc that moves at extremely high RMPMs. Angle grinders are used for many different applications. It all depends on your disc you need. Next is the hammer drill. These multi-purpose tools drill holes, insert fasteners, or chip tile. Hammer drills are larger and heavier than standard cordless drills or impact drivers. Next is the chainsaw. Used for making rough cuts, a sharp, powerful chainsaw cuts through wood very quickly. You can buy longer or shorter chainsaws depending on the width. Now we move to the measuring tools. First is the ruler. It's a tool used in geometry and technical drawing, as well as in the engineering and construction industries to measure distance or draw straight lines. The second is the thermometer. As the name suggests, the thermometer is used for measuring the temperature. It is widely used for different activities such as medical practice and scientific investigation. Next is the caliper. It's a measuring tool used to measure the dimensions of an object such as thickness, outside and inside diameter, length, width, and depth. Next is the level. It's a measuring tool consisting of a rotating laser beam projector that can be firmly attached to a tripod.
Sa proper use of screwdrivers naman, pinaka-basic lang yan. Gamitin nyo lang siya sa pag-screw or paghigpit or pagluwag ng mga screw natin. Pero anong klaseng screw? Depende kung anong klaseng shape yung nasa dulo niya. So, bawa dito sa ating pictures, meron tayong flat screwdriver, that flat head din yung screw na pipihitin niya. Ganun din sa Phillips, dapat cross head. Ito ay torque screwdriver. Ang shape ng screw dapat nito ay star. And head driver, dapat yung 6-sided screw patuloy niyan. So, ganun lang yan. Use them for the screw shape they intend to drive. Para naman sa tamang paggamit ng tweezers, spark retrievers, and needle nose pliers, itong mga bagay na to ay sobrang matutulis. Okay? They are very sharp. So, gamitin lang siya na may pag-iingat at focus. Kasi kung wala, makikita mo dito sa ating picture na pwede mong magasgat ng motherboard. Yan, mga scratches na yan. Mukhang simple lang yan ang scratches pero pwede siya makaputol ng connection sa loob ng motherboard. So pwede masira mo ang motherboard kung hindi ka nag-iingat sa paggamit ng mga matutulis na bagay nito. So always use it carefully.
Okay, so you brought yourself a hammer. So it's whether you're going to pick it up and start hammering. No. So the first thing you're going to do, or you should do, is wear goggles. Now you've only got 2 eyes, look after them. So I'm going to put goggles on. Okay, so again, we're going to hold the hammer. Wrong. We don't hold it by the neck. It's called strangling. Nice, comfortable, hold the hammer there. Good position. Relax, yeah? Relax a little bit. You don't want to feel it tense in your arm. That's not what you want. Secondly, look at the hammer. The hammer should be smooth on the end. If it's not, this will cause problems and it will bounce all over the nail. So, a piece of sandpaper, preferably one that's used for metal, and you're going to rub across the face until you get the face of the hammer nice and smooth. And now we're ready to hammer.
The 5 basic pliers used in jewelry making. First up, we have your side cutters. These are used for cutting your wire. Then your round nose pliers, used for making your loops. Then we have your chain nose pliers. These are used for creating shapes in wire. Your half round pliers, these are used in ring making and for making larger loops. And finally, your flat nose pliers, used for straightening wire and creating corners. All great additions to your workbench.
There are many types of knives, but here are the 3 most common you should know. A chef's knife, a serrated knife, and a paring knife. A chef's knife is going to be the most versatile for slicing and chopping. To properly hold the knife, you want a firm grip on the handle with 2 fingers pinching each side at the base of the blade. This grip will give you the most stability and control when you're cutting. The proper way to slice is to keep the tip of the knife on the cutting board and use a gentle rocking motion. Avoid raising the knife completely off the cutting board. This can be unsafe. You want to keep your hands safe, so tuck your fingertips under to prevent accidents. You may be tempted to reach for any old knife, like a steak knife, but the proper tool will get the job done better. Like a serrated blade, which has grooved teeth perfect for sawing. This is ideal for breads and cakes, anything with a soft interior. This blade will give you a clean cut and avoid smushing and crushing. Paring knife is going to be ideal for any delicate and detailed cutting. Small blade is going to give you more control for jobs like hulling strawberries and working with smaller fruits and vegetables.
Box wrench. A box wrench, also known as a box end wrench or a ring spanner, is a specially designed wrench that is enclosed on one or both ends and made to go round. A specific type of nut or bolt. The wrench is designed for loosening bolts with a specific number of sides, such as 6 or 12. The design of the wrench allows it to be adjusted to turn the bolt even in tight spaces where movement is limited.
Okay, so you brought yourself a cordless drill. Now, you understood the basics of it, but what do the numbers on this outside here mean? So, we're going to start off with the furthest one across. Hammer. As it says, when you want to drill into brick walls, it hammer action. It hammers the drill as you're drilling. The second one is a drill, which means it's ideal for this drilling, normally wood or plastics. And as we work our way back, we've got 13, 11, all the way down to 1. Now, the idea of this, it's a clutch. So when you're drilling, as I would explain, if I put it on the lowest setting, it this makes a funny noise as you get near the end. Now that stops you going too far. Now I'm going to look at this and I want to take this down a lot further, and that takes it just below the surface. So the idea of the numbers, it acts as a clutch and therefore you don't drive the screws in too far.